Alright, what up, y'all? So, I did a little bit of tweaking to the Value Warrior deck. I really like this concept. I think there's something here. Because I'm not a big fan of Control Warrior, just like very traditional, kill everything, sweep the board, and then just wait the longest possible to out attrition your opponent. So, I decided to switch up the Blood Fighters for Marin the Manager. That hits 7 for Elise. And I like Whelp of the Infinite a lot, especially with the presence of Prescient Slither Drake. I wanted 2 Whelp of the Infinite, but I still had to. I wanted to keep a Plucky Paintfin, so it's kind of like a second Whelp of the Infinite, and it draws, Nomelia, Dracorex, and Ziliax. There he is. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. A lot of similar cores of the deck. I also took out the quality assurance, and I'm just running 2 all you can eat because I like all you can eat, but I want to see if the deck functions as well without quality assurance. Quality assurance is pretty good. Definitely a card worth playing. Against Hunter, I think I'm okay keeping this. I'm tempted to throw back the Green Wing, but I do like this curve 3 to 4 there, because mostly what matters is what happens after turn like 3 or 4 anyway. So if I can hit those and then just work on the rest of the stuff, I think I'm cool. And granted, I could, throw this away and, try to get stuff at the beginning game. Like, you can still go Sanguine Depths into Stonecarver with this deck, which I like. So it gives you some ability to an aggressive start. But, not really too aggressive otherwise. That's just something that can blow people out from time to time. That's totally fine. Yeah, so far, Ham the Hungry is only giving me Tortolan Traveler, which I think is pretty decent value, because I've had it hit Ziliax before, so Ziliax costs 7 instead of 9, and that's a huge benefit. There is Sanguine Depths. I could go Traveler. I don't hate Tortolan Traveler here, actually. The one of Hostile Invader is an experiment. I'm not sure if that's going to be good, but it seems like it could be good value. Because that's the whole point of the deck, is to try to get a lot of value and card advantage along the way. I like Marin the Manager a lot because it shuffles cards into your deck. At some point, I want to try this with the Warrior quest and see if that has much effect. I think the Warrior quest is likely going to be good in this, because normally the game goes past turn 10 anyway. So, or I guess it's 11 when the quest triggers. But because the deck is just very, kill stuff, create value, and then find a way to kill with like Fyrakk or, Elise into Fire Plume type of nonsense. There's a ton of utility, so I think it works out fine. There's a good old blob of tower for 2. And a Stonecarver, look at that. So, we're going to do both of these guys, so I have some protection for the Stonecarver, and that can go bye-bye. Yeah, I'm trying to put as many cards in this that are, like, as efficient as possible, that just kind of stand on their own 2 feet, so that together they create just an overabundance of advantage. But it all becomes about finding the right mix of stuff. So I still like Curator with Dracorex, Plucky Paintfin. I've already drawn both of the Green Wings and the Whelp of the Infinite. Curator is actually a good reason to play 2 Whelp of the Infinite, so then I've got a little bit more Dragon. But Fyrakk counts as well, so I can't argue with it. Dracorex, Fyrakk, Plucky. Like, that's a hell of a thing to draw. Let's see here, then. I don't really care too much, so I'm just going to pop this guy, swing for a little bit. Keeper of Flame doesn't seem awful, but I don't know that that's the best. You know what? Ravaging Ghoul seems great. And I really want to get as much value as I can out of whatever I put on board, so I don't want to just commit a bunch more. I want to see how they respond, react accordingly, and go from there. I guess you could consider this a type of control deck. I think it's a little bit more mid-range. There's not quite... It's not quite in the realm of mid-range, though, just because it's a little top-end heavy. But yeah, it probably counts as mid-range.
Sisters, my instinct shall hunt down our enemies.
Seems pretty good. I think this is alright here, and then I can go Green Wing also.
Find me in the dream, mighty visage.
And something I have to figure out too is the balance between how much to focus on attacking their face versus their minions, because the point of this deck is you know, to be a little bit more attrition based. I'm not trying to kill them as fast as possible. I'm trying to kill them as efficiently as possible, and sometimes the best way to win a game is not actually to bring their life down, it's to bring their resources down. Alright. Bob is fair. And good old alien encounters. So Nomelia is awesome here. Bob will still be there, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I don't hate Nomelia, but I'm not sure it's really necessary. It would give me a lot more chance of Stonecarver surviving, which I think would be pretty important here. I could all-you-can-eat and Green Wing, though. That doesn't seem bad. My gut is telling me Nomelia, but yeah, I think that's fine. I feel like Stonecarver's a little vulnerable now, but it is a 7/7, so we'll see. If it lives one more turn, then it's going to be a 9/9, and it should get pretty out of hand from there. Especially considering I can play all-you-can-eat, draw 3 minions. Yeah, I opted for 2 all-you-can-eat because it still draws the illusions. It's just not as specific to the taunt minions. And that was another benefit of playing Marin the Manager, because that I can draw off of all-you-can-eat, but you can't get the Blood Fighters. I like the Blood Fighters because it gives you some hefty stuff to do, but you end up having to wait around a little bit. So I want to see if this... I'm still going to have to wait around a bit for this deck, but I wanted to see if this gives me kind of like a different avenue to go. Ooh, Elise is a great draw. Let's see. I think I go Elise and Green Wing. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I could all-you-can-eat. And then Elise next turn. And then go for Fire Plume. I do like Ravaging Ghoul here, though, because that'll clear these 3 guys. I can Precursory Strike the Bob, smack him for 7. That leaves me 3 left. So yeah, why don't we start with All You Can Eat? Ooh, Dracorex is great also. Okay, good. Very good targets there. So let's do this. And then I think I hit the Bob here. That should be fine. And I'm just going to chill on the Sanguine Depths. I do like the ability to use that in combination with Execute. It's a little cute. And drawing Ziliax off of Precursory Strike is great. So now, let's see. If I play Plucky, there are no targets, which is fine. It's still a poisonous minion. Traveler still has some targets. Curator still has 2 targets. So yeah, doing pretty good. I was a little concerned about some of the targets for things like Curator or Tortolan Traveler. Like when I first started rebuilding this list, I only had Blob of Tar and I didn't have the Green Wings. And I think I need to play the Green Wings if I'm playing Traveler. Traveler still gets Illusions, which is great also. One of the synergies that I'm trying to capitalize on is the Green Wing Illusions getting pulled by multiple things. So between All You Can Eat, Traveler, I think Quality Assurance is a really good card, but I think All You Can Eat is probably better. Yeah. Because whenever I think about playing All You Can Eat, I'm like, it's a 3-for-1. And I'm getting solid minions. So, and the Hostile Invader, since it's a demon, is something you can draw off of All You Can Eat. So I felt like that was a decent one-of to have for some utility. So let me see real quick. So Marin's a pirate. So Ham doesn't have a type. Neither does Nomelia or Bob. But most other things have a minion type, so they can get drawn off of Elise as well, which makes sense, I guess. Blobatar, Whelp of the Infinite. Tortolan Traveler doesn't. Stonecarver doesn't. Okay. So some of the better minions in the deck, like Elise and Ham, don't have minion types, but I think it's okay, because there's so many ones that do. Fantastic hand. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to play Stonecarver on turn 2. I think it depends on what they do. Like if they drop a Whelp or something like that, I might Stonecarver. Oh, they are Control Warrior. Cool. This is a matchup I've been curious about. Yeah, in that case, I think I'm gonna drop him. Just gives me some extra damage in early, and it could eat up some removal. We're gonna be trading resources, and they're gonna be just essentially trying to last long enough to get to their quest rewards. So if I can put a little pressure early, that's good. Obviously, it's 1, but... You know, a Depths would be great. And if they play any minions, obviously. I mean, I don't think they play much until Hostile Invader, pretty much. But there's the Depths. Can't argue with that. And we're going to All You Can Eat also. Alright, and we're off and running now. Great draws all around. Active Stonecarver. Got Elise to follow up with. I like this. Interesting. Alright, so they got 2 minions. 2 spells. I think that flips to draw 2 minions. They get +2/+2 on the other side of it. Yeah, hard not to go Elise here. So I could be greedy and try and go jungle and make a 1/1 copy of Stonecarver, but that just feels silly. So I'm going to Terror Run like I should. Make a 5/5. And I could go armor. Yeah, we'll go armor. That seems fine. And if they want to brawl this board, that's cool. Hostile Invader doesn't really do much. So essentially I just have to play around Brawl a little bit. Totally fine. Cool. Okay. I thought about playing for Glory, but one of the things... There's the Brawl. One of the things I had to be careful of with this deck was drawing too many cards. Like that first version that I played, definitely worth checking out that video. A lot of cool things in there. But there were times where it seemed like I was drawing too many cards, and it just wasn't working out, because I was like, okay, I don't want to burn a card, and now I can't play some of the cards I want to play because it's just going to be wasting value. There is definitely a thing as too much card advantage. Plucky gets only Nomelia right now. I could just Terror Run on this guy, because he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things right now. I think there are better things I can Terror Run, though. I don't remember if they play Demolition Renovator. I think they do, so I do need to be conscious of that. I can't just leave it out there hanging if I'm not going to use it. Eight cards. Yeah, I think that seems okay. Not the greatest use of Sanguine Adepts, but because they don't have much that I'm going to want to execute, I think it'll be okay. Sure. Sure, okay. That worked out well. But I'm getting some value off of it, so I can't argue with that. There's a Ham. So Ham is great, because I can start eating up some of the few minions that they have in their deck. I'm tempted to wait until next turn so I can make a copy of him, because double Ham is very aggressive. Drawing Nomelia doesn't make too much difference now, but... yeah, I'm going to go like this, actually. It's arguable that I should hold Whelp of the Infinite for later in the game. There's Elise. Now, something to consider also is if they don't have minions in their deck, Ham doesn't actually get the bonus. So we will see. They've only got 11 cards left. I could actually, you know what? Maybe I just wait until they do their quest and then I go double Ham. And then I can hopefully eat some really powerful things. That's probably the best route to go here. So depending on how they attack, Dracorix could be the play, but it seems a little iffy. Probably just going to keep like Green Wing going, or... oh, shoot, okay. Okay. They got a Char off of that? They did indeed. Sure. And there's no Nomelia, so Plucky doesn't draw anything anymore. I think I'm actually just going to make a copy of this. That seems just fine. They have about 4 or 5 more turns till they can play their quest rewards. Yeah, this seems cool. We chillin'. Because this is very attrition based on both sides, I do have to be careful about overcommitting to the board. I mean, you always have to be considerate of that, but... Ooh, okay. Well, I got a free Drake Rex out of that. Let's see if they brawl or something here.
Thanks, Buccaneer.
Something I love about this deck also is that people don't know how to play against it because they don't know what's in it. Everything in this deck is like, oh, you play that. Oh, you play that too. Oh, okay. So I would imagine that every time they think they've got it figured out, they're like, oh, there's these other elements in it. So hopefully that gives me an advantage in terms of how they play against me, because it's harder to play against something that you are not familiar with. Sure. Alright, more illusions. Plenty more illusions. 5 illusions in the deck now. 4 illusions left in the deck now. So something also to consider is, like with Bob, once this Stone Carver and this Traveler are out of the deck, maybe even the Blob of Tar, I can use this to draw a minion and make a couple copies of it. So that could potentially give me multiple Marins or multiple Fire Racks or something. Hopefully it doesn't give me multiple Curators. Which Curator draws, yeah, still a couple targets. Or no, yeah, just one target with the dragons. Let's see. Yeah, let's throw this out there too. Ah, I forgot to get armor. Just kidding. Alright, get some dudes. They've got a stacked hand. Ah, that's pretty good. So I'll just execute that next turn. Yeah, I want to say it's time to hand the Hungry, but I just don't think there's anything in their deck. I think it's probably best to just wait for this. Once that goes off and they shuffle quest rewards, we can eat some very powerful things. I'm just being impatient. Yeah, it's hard to imagine doing anything. I guess Bob, draw a minion? Try and get a little lucky? Yeah, let's just do this and this. I'm just gonna chill. Yeah, it's important to remember that you don't have to always do something on your turn. That's a trap I fall into where I'm just like, well, I gotta do something, otherwise it's a wasted turn, but you don't always have to. Ooh, that's annoying. That is very annoying. You took my Marin? That's just rude. Yeah, I can't let that ham live. That's just... They likely have a Brawl left over, and they literally, after I attacked, flipped a card here. So I get the feeling that they already know what they're going to do about the Ziliax. They've got one more turn for Quest. Well, I'm a little concerned about this getting Demolition Renovated. If they haven't drawn it by now, then, I mean, it could be in these last 4 cards, but maybe they don't play it, it's hard to tell. It's fine. It's fine. But maybe they have their own Ziliax too, you know, you never know. If they got their own Ziliax to throw back at me, then, that's a thing. I can Bob and Ham next turn, so freeze their guys. Make Ham. Ah, that's pretty good. That's very annoying. Okay, so I can't Bob. But thankfully they didn't have Ziliax, so we're okay. Yeah, Dirty Rat can be very good value if played correctly like that. Wow. That's brutal. Youthful Brewmaster is brutal there. That's a card I considered playing in this. Like, playing that on Elise is amazing. Bob, Marin, Fyrak. There's, you know, quite a few options, but... let's see here. Yeah, I think, yeah, they just shuffled some quest rewards in there. So I think I got a Ham. Let's start with this. And then we're also going to do this so that we can get through for 16. That seems okay. Alright, let's get some minions out of there. Megafin, cool. And that guy too, that's great. This is a great board, but I think they still have one Brawl. Yeah, they only played one Brawl this game, so I would imagine they might have another. I mean, I can't imagine their deck only plays one Brawl. Sure. I would imagine they're going to play a spell. Make sure that the hams die. Yeah, this could be a tough win from here. Come on, hit my face. Dang! Alright, that was a good turn. That was a very good turn for them. Well, let's do this. And this. And this is a random enemy minion, so I can't hit their face with that, unfortunately. That would be really dope if you could just gain armor and then bash them in the face. This guy should be okay. He'll just summon 6/9s every turn, so 9 mana, 12, 18 worth of power. Cool. And they've still got one of their quest reward guys left, so that will likely be the nail in the coffin here. Mm-hmm. And there's the Brawl. Sweet. Did that really just draw nothing? Wow. Fire Act doesn't seem bad here, but I think Monstrosity is probably better. Especially considering it's got Wind Fury Divine Shield. It's got Wind Shield, guys. Yup, there's Ceaseless Expanse. They're just hitting everything. And Time Warp. Alright, fine. Alright, 1-1 after 2 games. Took me a half hour for 2 games. Dang. Well, that's what happens when you're grinding out games. Attrition has its downsides. I'm sure that deck is beatable with this, but probably very difficult. I'm also not sure that I'm playing an optimal version to beat a deck like that. Like, Hostile Invader is, Hopefully this one's Dragon Warrior. That is a matchup that I'm wanting to play against. I'm just kind of operating under the assumption they're Dragon Warrior, so that's why I kept the Precursory Strike. Tortolan Traveler is always a keep. Such value. Fire Rack is going to take a while, but he will come in handy eventually. And I've also thought about playing Brawl. Like, it's a very minion-based deck, so that's why I've not done it. But there could be times where Brawl is fine. I don't know. Maybe a one-of. Alright, it is Control Warrior again. How many plays could you possibly have? It's turn 2, bro. You don't have to think so hard.
And smell the flowers.
And something worth considering is when I play Elise against Control Warrior, probably better to go for Fire Plume to get the max value out of that.
Find me in the grave.
I remember this plays well.
Very nice. Oh my god. They're missing cards in their deck. Elise didn't trigger. Alright, well that's not how I want to win, but a win is a win, I guess. That's embarrassing. Homie's just like immediately like rage deck building. He's like, put this in, take this out. That sucks. Yeah, I feel for that. Another hunter, so we've played 2 hunters and 2 warriors so far.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
You can make a case for keeping Nomelia there, but a little too slow, and I've got plenty of ways to draw it. Well, one way to draw it. Plucky Painfin, I think, is the only way. I guess Precursory Strike could also, but that's nowhere near as specific. Interesting. Hostile Invader should be hopefully useful for this matchup.
Ahoy, scallywag! Greetings, traveler.
Alright, what do we got, buddy? It's turn 1. Do something or pass the turn. Sometimes I get real impatient with people when they're just like, they sit there thinking and they're like, I'm going to pass the turn. Like, bro. I don't think Stone Carver or Shadow Flame is the play there. I'm honestly not sure Stone Carver belongs in the deck, but because I'm playing Depths, it gives me some potential early game blowouts. Now I think Stone Carver's a little better. I don't know that Tracking Hunter plays this weapon, so this could be like a beast-based hunter. Yeah, this is not Tracking Hunter. So this makes 2/1 ponies. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. So if they want to trade there, that's totally fine. I'll still have the other 2 minions off a blob to be able to do some work, and this guy is much bigger now. Hostile Invader could be pretty good if they play a bunch of dudes right now. Like, that would be kind of sweet, actually. Yep, okay, Hostile Invader is for sure the play here. Well, 4 of them are 3/3s. That is kind of annoying. So if I do Hostile Invader, I take out these 3 minions. I can pop 1, and then pop another. They're left with 2 of them with 1 health apiece. Maybe I just wait. Yeah, I think I go Traveler and Shadow Flame, maybe.
A mighty visage.
Let's see what this gets me. No dragons for Dark Rider. I guess Yusandre's okay. That could be cool. It's got Divine Shield, Wind Fury. Let's go Traveler over here. And believe it or not, I think I'm going to do this. No, I think that's the right play. Whatever. Ooh, that's not good. Thankfully, nothing with Wind Fury. There's Ham. Yeah, this just seems like the most obvious play. I don't think Nomelia is the play there, even though it does clear the board. I think it's best to wait, let the sheep come out, or... And plus I can hostile Invader plus execute something the following turn. And then Nomelia can be the backup for whatever they play after that. Ooh. Alright. Yeah, I don't love losing Bob here, but I think it's okay. And obviously they get some web spinner action going, but worse things have happened. Yeah, if I play Hostile Invader, I feel like I should be playing less minions and more spells, maybe? I don't know. Tough to say. No dragons have died, so Yusandre doesn't get anything back yet. Well, there's a dragon. That's what I'm talking about right here. Okay. So yeah, I welcome them to kill Dracorex, and I'm just going to get it back with Yusandre. That's pretty nuts. I like that. Very lucky draw there. Best possible. Better than Ziliax or pretty much anything else I could have drawn. They're throwing a rock at a dragon. They really just threw a rock at a dinosaur dragon. I love it.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Cool. Where to go from here? Yeah, I think... Yeah, I don't want to play another dragon. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do this because this will get me Ziliax. So now I'm prepared for many worst case scenarios between Nomelia, Ziliax, and all sorts of other stuff. Yasandre to get back, Dracorex. This is a fantastic position. I can't imagine I lose this game, but I've lost better positions. They're trying to make a dinosaur cower in fear. Wow! They really got a Dracorex off of their web spinner. That's nuts. That's actually nuts. But sorry, buddy, we got double execute, so we're going to execute your dinosaur. And let's just do this, because that'll get us back. That'll get us back another Dracorex. Also puts a lot of pressure. 16 attack is amazing.
You are not part of their plan.
Sure, sure. Seems like I will probably go attack for 16, put him at 8. Okay, I can't do that. Never mind. That's fine, but I get a Dracorex. I don't get a Dracorex. What? Summon a random dragon for each time. Oh, I thought it was a random dragon that has died. It's for each time that Yasandre has died. Alright, I forgot the part where I'm dumb. Okay, let's try this again. Jeez. I mean, I'm still bashing for 8, I suppose. Actually, I can also do this. So maybe they play Ceaseless Expanse? That sounds crazy. I can't imagine they would, but if it's showing it to me here, then 9 times out of 10 they're playing it, so maybe because they're playing and killing and, you know, doing so much stuff that creates cards that, I mean, it still costs 22 or something, so they're very far off.
Another soul. I move quickly.
That's pretty good. And I don't really care if they gain 7 life. They have 1 card in their hand. And we're eating their deck. Ham so hungry. Alright, so finally starting to pull ahead in terms of attrition. Sure. Yeah, I'm honestly not too concerned about that. I'm not loving Shadow Flame Suffusion too much. I definitely like Precursory Strike. So I'm tempted to cut the Shadow Flame Suffusions. It's a great early game against something aggressive, though. There is that. But I think the metagame's shifting where Shadow Flame is a little bit less good if you're not trying to be aggressive yourself. Let's see what happens. Could clear this board. Nice, okay. Nice. And we eat a minion. Cool. Yeah, they're really tight on cards now. I've got essentially double the amount of cards they do. In deck and hand, I mean. That's one of the ways that I kind of calculate attrition in the game, is like how many total cards do they have left versus me. Because at this point it's very obvious that the quality of cards I have left are much higher than the quality of their cards, because they have more of a synergistic deck than a deck that, you know, where the cards stand on their own 2 feet. What is this again? Oh, well, I'm not building a starship, so that's fine. These will die in, I think, 2 turns or something, whenever. So, might as well get them out there.
Find me in the dream.
This is about the point where I think I would concede if I was them. Unless they fill the board with beasts. Alright. I guess you got something. Well done, buddy. Well done. Now... I guess I could. Let's see what this gets me first. Now, let's do this. Then we'll do this. Because then we have potential of drawing an illusion. Elise is pretty awesome, though. Okay.
I remember this place well.
And we're definitely going for Fire Plume. Man, they're really playing this out. I don't think I would play this out in their position, but hey, can't knock them for it. I'm a big proponent of playing things out. I just can't imagine there's a scenario where they actually get through and deal 28 damage with the 7 cards they now have in total. I mean, they can play all 3 of these if they cost 2 apiece, but with this in the way, it's a little tough. Nice. Alright, we're just going to do this, and I assume this is where they concede. There it is. Alright, 3-1 after 4 games is pretty good. Only lost to Control Warrior once. I mean, that Control Warrior win, the second one doesn't count too much, because they just conceded when they didn't have their Elise trigger hit. So far, I like All You Can Eat. I'm not sure about the Hostile Invader. I think the Hostile Invader is a little iffy. It did a little bit of work, though.
I must protect the wild.
I'm sure there are other things I can play outside of Hostile Invader that would be just as good, but I don't know. Well, this is great. Sanguine Depths into Stonecarver, especially against Druid, is great. I think I'm tempted to keep the Green Wing. I can just do that on turn 3 and have an aggressive follow-up to the Stonecarver. Alright. Yeah, I'm thinking Hostile Invader will probably come out. It was just a one-of test to see how it goes, so it's kind of proving that it isn't the right call in most scenarios. It seems like it has potential, like, I mean, against Rogue, they tend to spam the board. Obviously, that's real early, like flashback turn 1 or 2. I'm not going to wait until turn 5 to try and kill those minions. I think I cut Dream Planner for Hostile Invader, and I love Dream Planner. So, arguable that Dream Planner is just much more versatile, much more impactful in the game. So I think I'm going to go back to there. I do like this deck without the Blood Fighters. I think it makes it a little less clunky, because having 3 7-drops is kind of annoying. So yeah, we'll probably go -1 Hostile, +1 Dream Planner.
Find me in my visage.
Yeah, I'm curious what you guys think are the top decks in Standard right now. Because since the mini set came out, it seems like things are shifting. Obviously, Imbue Rogue is a big presence now. Past that, though, I think it's pretty open. Like, Dragon Warrior, I think, is still very good. Prescient Slither Drake is an incredible card. I think Shaman is still a great deck, but I don't see it hardly as much anymore. I kind of like All You Can Eat here. Lots of things I can draw, and I can just poke that to, yeah, let's see what happens. And Death Knight is always a deck, just very powerful, obviously. It's nice to see that Mage is not as present anymore. It's always going to be there to some degree. Oh, well then. So they just get 2 minions for that. It costs 3 less? Yeah, seems good.
Witness true arcane magic.
Draw 2 spells? That's pretty good. I think that's worth killing. Seems very powerful. And let's just keep bashing. Stonecarver's basically just winning this game so far. And this is exactly why I wanted to play it, because sometimes you'll just have this draw and just win the game. You just follow it up with taunt minions or removal at the right time, and he does all the work for you. Yeah, aren't they just dead?
I can see.
Yep, alright. Alright, 4-1 after 5 games. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else I would change in this. Like I mentioned way earlier, the Warrior Quest is something worth heavily considering. Maybe the Hostile Invader becomes the Warrior Quest. It seems pretty possible.
Now you're sailing on my seas.
Probably about a 90% chance this is Imbue Rogue. Like, the odds are just so low of it not being.
Rock number 802, welcome to the collection.
Proportions look good.
Alright, that's annoying but fair. They're gonna flashback. Oh, okay. I was like, if they flashback there, that would be brutal. But of course they're gonna imbue. All you can eat draws a lot of things.
Stop and smell the
I like this though. Draws Ham, Curator, Greenwing, Blobatar, and Ziliax.
Stop and smell the flower. I remember this
It's
place
hard not to
well.
play Elise when you got Elise. Awesome.
Rock number 802.
So the question becomes, what do I copy with Terror Run? Because I've got Whelp of the Infinite, Blobatar, and Tortolan Traveler. Traveler obviously seems like the worst one. Whelp of the Infinite seems pretty good. This could be annoying. This whole Stone Carver situation here. So I'll probably play Blobatar and Whelp. No, you know what? Yeah, let's do this. Oh. I like Gromosh. Is Gromosh or Stone Carver? I think Gromosh is the way to go.
Blaze a trail.
Much more favorable position. Sure. Yeah, Nightmare Fuel and what's the other one? Deja Vu. Very good cards. I was wondering for a while why Rogue wasn't seeing as much play because it seemed like the cards were very good. After the Sandbox Scoundrel nerf, it seemed like Rogue more or less disappeared, and it didn't seem right to me. I was like, there's so many good cards here, like people are just not giving it any attention. I guess for a variety of reasons. There were other things that I guess seemed more powerful on the surface to play, but I'm glad to see it back. I'm just a little annoyed that all Rogue decks are basically just Imbue Rogue now. It's not a lot of variation. I mean, there's very tiny variation, but eh, what are you gonna do? Let's do this to see if we can get something good for Terror Run. Cool.
Stop and smell the flowers.
Ham, Ziliax, and Greenwing are the targets for Traveler now. They're still solid.
Elune, bring guidance.
Sure. At this point, I'm not in a rush to play Terror Run. I think I'd like a much more favorable position to be able to work from. This Gromosh is going to do work, though. It's going to be 14 attack. Oh, you got a Ziliax? Okay. What else you got, homie? Okay, that's annoying, but it's fine. I think Dracorex is the play. I guess I could have played Terran beforehand, been able to copy Dracorex, send the 5/5 at them, and then have the 5/12 just chillin'. They seriously took my Gromosh. Are you kidding me? That's insane. I mean, we got an Execute, thankfully. I'm very happy we play Execute, but good lord, that's crazy. So I think Terran and Ham are going to be pretty good together. I'm tempted to Gromosh back just to make a point. Take that, you son of a... What now? Now you have to answer this or you die. And I can follow up with Fire Rack as well, which could do some serious work. That's fair. My Terror Run will get through that. I'll even make another Gromosh. Yeah. There it is. 5-1. Doing way better than expected with this deck. I think I've gone up, what, almost 1,000 legend rank points? So that's something to be said. Yeah, I just have this feeling the quest is going to do work in this deck. I haven't bothered to get that warrior quest because I was very averse to playing Control Warrior for the longest time. So this is very likely Cliff Dive Demon Hunter. Could be Spell Demon Hunter, but much more likely to be Cliff Dive. I'm not sure I keep Execute here. I think double Shadow Flame is great, because I can address early minions. Maybe Execute was a keep, but I'm not sure. It didn't feel right. My logic was telling me to keep it, and my gut was telling me to throw it away, so I'm trying to go with my gut a little bit more. This is an interesting hand. Wow, just drawing super top end. Let's do this and get a minion. Well then. This could be pretty good. I think that's the right call. That could give me more Dracorex or a ton of other different options. Especially giving the copies rush. That's crazy. Maybe this is worth playing in the deck just normally. Seems like a very good card. I think normally I would Shadow Flame there again, get another Dark Gift, but I kind of like Elise here. Sure. I was hoping for a copy, but yeah. Can't always copy a minion with Elise. Just isn't in the cards. Pun intended. Sigil of Cinder is crazy. They're playing that version. I definitely don't play All You Can Eat. I think I'm just going to get another Dark Gift. I think that's fine here. Actually, no. We're just going to do this.
Blaze of trail.
We're chilling. So if they don't kill Elise, then I can use Shadow Flame and Elise to kill the 5/5. Ah, okay. We still got Precursory Strike and the Shadow Flame to kill the 5/5. Among many other things, I'm sure. Am I tripping, or did they not play a Blobatar? They just played their Ravenous Fell Hunter? That seems really bad. I feel like I have to do that. That's huge value for me. Yeah, not super concerned right now. There's the Blobatar. You played that in the wrong order, buddy. Well, Dracorex will be awesome. That's a couple turns away. Probably just gonna go Green Wing. Oh, Blobatar's cool too. I could Terra Run. I'd kill Blobatar and the taunt one that comes out. Likely gonna take 10 though. Either way, I'm taking some damage, I think. Yeah, let's just do this. Hopefully I get a spell I can cast so I don't have to burn a card. It's gonna cost 4 less. Well, Brawl seems awesome. That worked out very well. Nice. I'm still baffled that they just threw that Fell Hunter out there without playing a Blobatar. There's a... Okay, that's well timed. This draws quite a few things. Well, 2 cards. I'm tempted to put another beast in here for Curator, but drawing Dracorex when it's in the deck is just so powerful. Ooh, that's pretty good. Alright, I'm taking 16 here. well, 17, 18 here, I think. Maybe more? I don't know. They could have got an... Oh, no, they had lethal. I believe they had lethal here. Yeah, because if they had used the rush on this to attack that guy, they could have attacked for 2 with this, and then I would have been dead. So I need some life. Bob Freeze doesn't save me because they can just do that. I can go Bob Armor Up. Let's see what this gives me first. Oh, I have 10 cards. I'm not going to get the card. Oh, well. Well, that would have given me armor. That's... Dang it. Alright, that was a hard misplay, guys. My bad. I guess I could Draker X, but I'm still dead. Gotta do this. I guess I do this.
Find me in the grave.
Let's do this and this. Alright, whatever. Alright, now I'm definitely dead. Yeah, the beauty of Cliff Dive, you can just misplay and take your opponent down still with ease. Alright, 5-2. Yeah, that misplay, I guess, still wouldn't have made a difference. It would have had 6 more armor. They dealt a lot more than 6. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, I think they could have dealt 12 if they optimized their damage that turn. I was at 2, I would have went up to 8 armor, 9, 10. Yeah, so I think I could have only got to 10 max that turn. All You Can Eat is not a bad opener. Double All You Can Eat is not very good, though. If I draw high-cost stuff with this, then it's not ideal. Ooh, we're playing egg. Yeah, let's go for it. Cool. Good stuff. Sometimes I feel like I should be playing Royal Librarian for situations like this. That's probably a better one of than a Hostile Invader. Let's see how long it takes them to crack their eggs. Okay. Jeez. Doing work. It's crazy how consistent this deck can be. That draws two cards.
What now?
It's arguable I hold the poisonous minions for the actual 2020, but because I've got Whelp of the Infinite, I'm not super worried. I've also just got a lot of ways to handle this. I mean, I can freeze with Bob, Zilliax, Fire Rack. There's a lot of things that could be relevant here. Also, if they leave the egg up here, then I can just go like Precursory Strike, kill the 2020 with my with Plucky. Alright, that's pretty good. Ooh, that's also pretty good. Yeah, I'm not super concerned right now about using the poisonous minions. I still got one more Blobitar in the deck and the Whelp in my hand, and the Blobitar gives me another poisonous minion, so it just makes it so they have to fight through something before they have the egg go off. So hopefully that causes them to use resources so that they have less resources. Wow, that's pretty good. Alright, that was very fast. 2 2020s. I guess let's just see if we can survive another turn here. That's crazy. Wow, very well played. Very well played. Yeah, knowing that interaction is high level play. That's great. Extremely well played. So I can Nomelia, get him up to 6, or get her up to 6, and that'll deal 8 total. That's 12 with this. 15 with that. This doesn't seem like anything cuts it. This is 2 plus 4, or 2, 4 more. I guess I can Curate or Whelp of the Infinite, but then I still die on the backswing. Yeah, nothing I can do about that. Alright, 5-3 after 8 games. 2 mas. 2 more. Yeah, each game just reinforces that hostile invader's not the right call. I guess Dream Planner would have had the potential to be relevant against the eggs.
The Legion must be destroyed. Now you're sailing on my seas.
Alright, it's an okay starting hand.
Scallywag. How can fell magic serve?
Jeez. Let's do this to eat up a little bit of damage at least. Crazy.
What now?
I thought for a second about Shadow Flame there, but I don't think that's too relevant. Getting a Dark Gift minion, sure, could be great, but probably not something I'm going to do for a bit anyway, because I have these two 4-drops. Sheesh. Doing work. I assume they just hero power smack the blob of tar. Mm-hmm. Jeez, that was pretty good. Playing Blind Box, that tells me they're on Spell Demon Hunter. And they're not playing Broxigar. I can't imagine they're playing Blind Box in Cliff Dive. This doesn't seem bad. Yeah, Nomelia's a pretty sweet draw, so okay. Okay. Decent card, alright. I'm tempted to Nomelia, but I don't think it's the right call. I think I Bob Freeze and then Nomelia next turn. It'll hit a lot more.
A combatant center, and I take the crown.
Wow. Alright, so on Nomelia, smack this. It'll clear these guys, and then Execute will hit this. They're going to get 8 armor, but there are worse things.
just for me.
Wow.
I'm the perfect.
Okay then. Holy crap. That's not good. Hmm. I don't hate this. This is also pretty decent.
I'm not rooting for you. I can't miss them.
They're gonna get 2 more 8/8s off of this? Well, they could... I don't remember what else they got rid of. Let's see. I don't think this is completely right. I didn't see a Kill Jaden in their deck. Wow. Yeah, I'm starting to think Brawl might be good in this deck. Maybe I go a little lighter on the minions, at least on the early game. Tempted to do this. Blabatar is also decent. Let's see what we get off of this. Okay. Cool. Dang. You're doing serious work over there. Yo. Alright, Drake Rex to the rescue, I guess. But they still could kill me with something here. I'm at 4. This is nuts. I think I get this guy back. Yeah, he comes back next turn, so that'll be something. With charge, of course. Oh, come on. Alright, I'm at 2. Sweet, that's a good card to burn. Nothing else, please. Ah!
You have my thanks.
Alright, that was very well played. It's hard to argue with that. I think I did decently. Yeah, I think I played pretty well that game. I mean, that was a lot of good synergy. A lot of good discovers, too. They got very lucky with some of those. Getting lucky and playing it well is, yeah, that's how you get there. Alright, so I'm 5-4 after 9 games. Going 6-4 would be cool. 60% win rate off of 10 games. Relatively small sample size, but enough to warrant continuing with the deck. Ay, ay, ay. This better not be Control Warrior. I don't want to play another one of those.
Now you're sailing
Let's do this. Yeesh. I'm normally more happy to see Ziliax, but not at this stage of the game. Please be Dragon Warrior, that would be dope. I think I got a much better shot at that than Control. Okay then. Odds are this is Dragon Warrior. I don't think they just missed their quest on Control Warrior. Yeah. That's fine. I'm guessing their assumption is that I'm just a slow Dragon Warrior deck, because if I didn't play Quest, then odds are I'm playing Dragon Warrior and just didn't have a 1 and 2 drop.
Proportions look good.
No depths? Good. I'm not super worried about this because I do have the Execute. It's a great answer to this card. So I think I just go Traveler.
Stop and smell the flowers.
And if they want to bash with all these things and kill it, that's great. I mean, Prescient Slither Drake would be very bad here, but I do have Blob of Tar, so there are ways to get around it.
I remember this place.
Oh, alright, Elise is good. So we're definitely executing the Stone Carver before it gets out of hand. Wow, double execute is nice. So we're going to do this. I'm not happy about the 4-4, but I mean, I could execute the 4-4 also, but I anticipate I can use it on something much better later. It's decent tempo to execute this here, but I don't feel like it's the right play. Even if, like, if they attack this and play some other stuff, I don't know. Yeah, I would imagine whatever they play. Well, they can't win Peak Worm next turn. That's good, so then they can't go smack this and then bash for more. Yeah. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, maybe execute was the right call. Yeah, I'm gonna take 11 here. What are we doing, buddy? I feel like it's the right call to hit with your hero here. Alright, or not. They're going for 13 damage then. So we're going to blob again. And now I am going to execute it. It's nice to know I'm safe from Wind Peak Worm for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if I see the Slither Drake coming.
Looks like we've got a fight for the ages.
Oh.
pretty petals.
Well, we can give this +3 attack by using our Shadow Flame Suffusion. I like that. Let's see, how are we going to do this? So if I'm holding a minion with a Dark Gift, gain +3 attack, so I'll probably go attack here. This will probably poke that. I have 4 mana left over afterwards. I can Elise or Illusory Greenwing. Probably Greenwing. Let's see what this gets first. What do I hit, though? Yeah, this actually doesn't seem bad to go this way. I am holding a dragon. Lifesteal's pretty helpful also. I can do that next turn if I need to. So we're going to do this. We're going to do this. I'm holding a minion with... Oh, it's the battle cry. Yeah, I just misplayed the hell out of that. Oh, well. Boop. Not a static ability. That was a battle cry ability. If you're yelling at the screen right now, and have been for the last minute while I pondered that turn, I'm not sorry. Misplays happen. You're watching games in real time. What are you going to do? Alright, so Yasandre will be helpful here, but I'm not sure it's going to matter too much. Just got to get to the point where I can Zilliax. So yeah, Illusory Greenwing and... Yeah, I guess that play was alright. I don't know. What are you going to do? Problem with this guy is they did play a dragon last turn, so they could win Peak Worm it. And then I just have to pray that I get a dragon that's got Taunt off of its Death Rattle. I don't see any other plays being very relevant, though.
What separates dream from
Yeah, if they got it, they got it. I guess I could have Sanguine Depths there as well. Yep, there it is. Alright, well I gave it to him by... Well, I guess either way they have it, yeah. They either kill this or they hit me for 5, even if I didn't attack that guy. Dang, so finished 5-5. Alright, so definitely like the deck. I'm definitely changing the Hostile Invader. It was worth a try, though. Dream Planner's definitely more impactful. I like this build with Marin instead of the Blood Fighters. I think the Blood Fighters make it a little clunky. I may try them again in different versions, just depending on what the other cards are in the deck. But I really like All You Can Eat. I'm not sure if 2 All You Can Eat is correct. It seems okay. I can manage the cards decently well. But just really depends on everything else. One of the issues also with Dream Planner is it gives you 2 cards, so it makes it a little bit tougher sometimes when you're like, you know, if you're holding cards that replace themselves and you got 9 or 10 cards, you can't play All You Can Eat. You know, Dream Planner's a little tough. Just that part of the, you know, the deck construction is a little tricky, so I do have to be conscious of that. But I'm going to keep working on this, see what I can do for you guys. I hate to ask, always feel so silly doing it, but smash a like button. Yeah, do all that stuff, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. I hate asking, like I said, because it just feels like, you know, you guys gotta, like, engage with the content, bro. But it makes a huge difference, and it helps with the YouTube algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Alright, I'll shut up now. I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you next time.